Welcome to the
Mini
Force Labs. Today we're going to check out a couple different labs that you can do to learn more about forces. First up is Newton's Cradle. This toy is named after the very famous scientist Sir Isaac Newton, and it demonstrates a scientific idea called momentum. Momentum is the force of an object as it moves. So when you swing one of the balls on the end, it collides with the ball next to it, and the force of that collision travels through each of the other balls until it reaches the last one, which swings upward. When the ball swings back, the force travels through the balls again. You may also know Isaac Newton for saying that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. You can see when I pull more balls on one side, the same amount come on the other side. And yeah, I can kind of do that with the outside ones, but that energy is traveling through there, and we can see it coming out in the same way throughout our little experimentations with this. If you can't get your hands on a Newton's Cradle, you can make your own with some simple things like beads, string, and popsicle sticks. If this is something that interests you, look it up on the internet and see if you can make it. Let me know if you do. I'm excited to see if you can get it to work. All right, it's time for your next
Mini
Force Lab, and this one's called Plop. All right, for Plop, what you're going to need are a stack of books and a chair or a cart with rollers. So I want you to stack the books on the edge of the chair seat, and you're gonna push the chair forward, then quickly stop the chair. And I want you to look and see what happens. Why did all the books just fall to the floor? Well, it's because of inertia. That's the resistance to any change in motion. A moving object remains in motion until some force stops it. The books are moving at the same speed as the chair. They are not attached to the chair. Therefore, when the chair stops, the books continue to move forward. They would continue to move forward in the air until hitting some other object, except that the force of gravity pulls them down. Air molecules also hit the books, slowing their forward motion. Give Plop a try and see how an object in motion wants to remain in motion and an object at rest wants to remain at rest. All right, it's time for your next
Mini
Force Lab, and this one's called Snap. For Snap, you just need a piece of paper and an unopened can of pop. What you're going to do is lay the paper down on a clean, dry table and place the soda can over one end of the paper. Be sure that the bottom of the can is clean and dry. Hold the other end of the paper and push it close to the can. Quickly snap the paper away from the can in a straight line. If you pulled the paper quickly enough, it moved under the can, but the can remained upright and in the same place. Why? Because of inertia. It's a resistance to any change in motion. An object that is not moving wants to remain that way until another force causes it to move. The can is not attached to the paper, and because of the can's inertia, it remains at rest even though the paper moves forward. You might have seen a bigger version of this when somebody tries to pull a tablecloth from underneath all of the dishes on a table. Don't try that. Try this first. Remember, get permission from your people whenever you are doing any kind of science lab. All right, that is Snap. It's time for your very last
Mini
Force Lab, and this one's called Crash. For this lab, you just need a little toy car, a heavy book, and some clay or Play-Doh. What I want you to do is I want you to make a clay figure and make sure it has a flat bottom and rest it gently on the hood of the car. Position your car and clay figure at the starting line and give it a push so that it collides with the book. What happens? Oh, oh wow. I remember, this is like Plop. An object in motion wants to stay in motion unless acted on by an outside force. So that book must be the outside force and stopping that car. But that poor little guy falls off because he wants to keep going. He wants to stay in motion. I'm pretty sure this is why you wear a seatbelt when you ride in the car. All right, that's the last of our
Mini.
force labs. Which one are you going to check out? We've got Newton's Cradle, Plop, Snap, or Crash. I hope you enjoyed these labs. That's all for me. Take care.
Peace.